Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now we are still on chapter 10, risk management, recording number 2. We're talking about pure risk just now, which includes 3 types of risk. Pure risk, number 1 is property risk, number 2 is liability risk, number 3 is personal risk. So this recording is about property risk first. It's risk to our property. There are 2 types of property: real property, which is land or anything that is terikat, atau mengikat kepada tanah itu, physically attached to the land, example the building. Number 2, property is when it belongs to the personal property. Any property other than real property. Personal property, for example, machinery, equipment, furniture, fixtures, inventory, and vehicles. And now the PowerPoint is about perils and losses. Perils is defined as a cause of loss. Although Madam disagree with this, naturally occurring events, for example like windstorm, flood, earthquake, and lightning, these are the type of perils that can happen to our business. So the location of property, the location of our property may increase or may decrease the likelihood of suffering from loss from certain perils like windstorm, flood, earthquakes, and lightning. Perils can also be related to the action of society, people. For example, the robbers, they do robbery, or the dishonesty of our own employees when they do criminal acts like stealing against us, the business owner, or when they burn up our company, etc., etc., etc. And what about liability risk? Liability risk is liability risk actually is just a short form. It comes from law actually. It may arise from statutory liability. Statutory means statute, S-T-A-T-U-T-E. Statute maknanya akta. Liability yang keluar dari akta-akta, or liability that comes from contractual liability, or liability that comes from tort. Regarding statutory liability, some laws impose a statutory obligation on businesses. For example, employers are required to provide certain benefit to employees when they are injured in work-related incident. So, when there is that type of liability, that is compulsory. But what is not in the PowerPoint, Madam wants to add, is Factories Act. F-A-C-T-O-R-I-E-S, Factories Act, ACT. Maknanya akta melibatkan kilang ataupun Factory Act. Yang Madam tahu ada RIES, Factories Act. According to Factories Act in England and also in Malaysia, whatever happen to your employee, pekerja kita, although the employee themselves are reckless, RECKLESS, or negligent, NEGLIGENT, maknanya mereka tu reckless ataupun negligent, tidak berhati-hati lah. Negligent tu tidak berhati-hati, reckless tu lagi teruk daripada tidak berhati-hati, cuai terus. So according to the Factories Act, kalau dia tercedera or meninggal dunia, the liability is 100% on the employer. So give that example, if it comes out in the final exam. Okay, now contractual liability. Contractual liability, often when we go into business, we have to sign agreements all the time. Otherwise, if we don't sign agreement with another company or with our customer, for example, do we want to fight with them until the cow comes home? That is impossible. It's a waste of time. So we better sign agreement, because that agreement, which is in written form, will be given as proof in the court of law. So businesses often enter into contract with other parties. It could involve a lease of premises. Lease ni maknanya sewaan bangunan, or a sales contract with a customer, or agreement ataupun ayat lain, a contract with an outsourcing firm, or a contract with a construction company. As businesses sign contracts containing many clauses tu CLAUSES ataupun ayat lain conditions, they need to be well aware of the potential legal liabilities they may be getting by reason of the because of the contract. So this is the meaning of contractual liability. For example, if Madam's company sign an agreement with my supplier, upstream supplier, saying that Madam wants to buy kangkung from the supplier for 5 years at this price, at RM1 per kilo of kangkung. Let's say Madam cannot pay RM1 per kilo per kangkung because my profit has become lower. Madam has to still pay RM1 if Madam has signed the contract. So this is what it means. Or if the contract says Madam have to pay compensation to my upstream supplier in the form of how much money, certain amount of money, so Madam wajib, it's compulsory for Madam to do just that. So Madam stop here. Madam start again recording number 3.